a police sheriff, a fish fillet, a pregnant woman raging and twerking, and some really bad dad jokes. I am someone that really enjoys the concept of thinking or saying something that's never been said before, and you're probably thinking, hey, this is one of those moments. But I'm about to tell you guys a story that involves some of the goofiest characters you can possibly imagine, and my personal hero. Because when it comes to this channel, I've oftentimes taken the majority of the hours spent on exposing a particular organization. And one of the things that I focused on is comedy. I think that there's a lot of healing that happens through laughter, but also something I didn't realize, and that's if you can make people laugh or chuckle or just get a little bit of a smirk and giggle out of them, sometimes that's going to be more far-reaching than if you are quite serious and stern and just stick to all of the relevant points. And this sheriff really has become my hero because he went on national TV and made horrible, corny jokes over and over again. But it was for the purpose of finding the perpetrator of a crime, and so therefore he's my hero. Anyway, I'll stop blue balling you guys, tickling you, just waiting till we get to down and dirty to business. So let's run the intro and let's do this thing. Some heroes are made, but only legends are willed into existence. And this man has willed his legendary status into the internet. He will go down in infamy as one of the greatest sheriffs of all time. Let us look in and see the press conference that we'll call him Mr. McGruber, just because that sounds funny to me. Let's see what Mr. McGruber had to say about this wacky and wild case.
I want to introduce you to Tiana Jones. She's 22. She's a pretty lady, but she was McMad.
Anyone that's going to open their press conference over saying, hey, I would like to introduce you to this person, bang, shows her picture right there. She's a pretty lady, but she was McMad. That is automatic legendary status in my book. How funny is it that he this is the very beginning. He walks up there, says, bang, here's the person, and she was McMad. Now that might be confusing, but as time will tell, she was in a McDonald's. I mean, it was probably clear because of her order of a fish fillet and whatnot. But as we're going to see video evidence of, she was truly McMad.
We'll fix it for you really quick. Well, she got McMad.
Don't worry, team. We are going to get many more McJokes out here before this video is over, and it's absolutely fantastic. But we do get our second one of she was McMad. But, you know, just to get the lore all solidified in our collective brains, this lady had ordered on an app or on their website, had ordered some food, showed up, and it wasn't exactly correct. So they, the people working there had told her, well, you know, pull off to the side, we'll get it all ready for you, and then we'll get the whole situation worked out. And I suppose what we're going to see next is going to be her reaction to that.
And instead of pulling up at window 3, she parked and went inside, and she started having a conversation. I'll show you the video clip in just a minute. The whole event went on about 10 minutes. We've clipped it down to about 2. And the longer she talked, the madder she got. And in the process of all of this, she dialed 911. Did you hear what I said? She dialed 911 and complained about her order at McDonald's.
So we're getting a pretty clear picture here of the type of person we're dealing with. She didn't like her order at McDonald's and decided, you know what? The best course of action after they have told me hey, if you go to window 3, you wait, we'll fix everything for you. Just relax. It's all good. I mean, these people are working on minimum wage. They're doing the best they can to deal with someone that is clearly, well, as will be demonstrated later, clearly cantankerous. Anyway, so they say, okay, we'll just go and rest there. But she, in her infinite wisdom, she has tapped into the mainframe and has worked out the hidden jitsu in order to get what she wants, and that is by calling 911. She is dialing an emergency line in order to get a rectified situation on a fish fillet. Yes, I think that speaks volumes about the type of person that we're dealing with here. So let's see what happens.
So things went from bad to worse, and she got to knocking stuff off of the counter. Then she went behind the counter, and you'll see it, and grabbed the cups and started throwing them around. Her sister tried to get her out of the McDonald's. She wouldn't do that. Instead, she continued on her rant and her rage. You know, I don't know what was wrong with her that night. I don't know if she was like 2 fries short of a Happy Meal, or maybe it was she was short of the Happy Meal completely. But she created a McMess, and she acted like a McNut. But you know what she ended up? A McBurglar.
So this is where things really get good. Remember, this guy's holding a press conference, and this is why I think he's a hero, is because he's using humor as a vehicle to get a message across to people and to hopefully garner more public attention. So I actually really like and approve of the strategy that he's taking. Now, it just has to be said that it's so funny that he uses, well, maybe she was a few fries short of a Happy Meal. That is so good. That is so funny. That's something I've said for years as a joke. And to hear it in a public statement like this, in a public press conference, coming from a sheriff in an official role, is absolutely hilarious. And the fact that he calls her a McNut, oh my goodness, this is too good. But anyway, let's see what else this goofy goober has to offer as far as our entertainment.
That's right. Do you realize when she went behind that counter, continued to engage and hit the employees with stuff, she committed a burglary and an assault, which is a first-degree felony. Now, she has gone from only having 2 charges for no driver's license and a failure to appear, 3 misdemeanors, to now she has outstanding felony charges. She's not in custody. Her mom and sister cooperated with us.
That's right. This woman not only was so angry about not getting her chocolate shake and Filet-O-Fish that she stormed into the store and went behind the counter and started knocking cups over, she also was so angry that she pulled up her shirt to tell them that she was pregnant. And I can hardly say it without laughing. And then she twerked her way out of the store. And if you think this is all just a bunch of hoopla, they actually have video footage that they're going to show here next. So it gets too good, so stick around. It gets better.
So here she comes because her order is not correct. She starts calm. She gets a little more animated. Whoop, she's getting McMad. Now they are offering to redo her meal, give her her money back, practicing big-time customer service to no avail. She's paying 0 attention. Well, here comes the 911 call, we believe. She might have also called her family in the midst of all of this. But we have a lot of it on a 911 call. You'll be able to hear it when we give it to the news media. There she goes assaulting him.
I think it's so cute that this American hero, American legend, in fact, has decided to say the sentence, "There she goes assaulting." That just really made my day. Put a big old smile on my face. And as you're watching this lady, you can clearly see she's frustrated. But as a normal person gets frustrated, they usually go like, whereas this lady, she goes, "Bah," and starts like knocking shit over. And that's just not acceptable behavior in a environment, in a public space, let alone a private space. But I suppose it's your time. You can do what you like. But in a public space in particular, this is not acceptable behavior. You can't go into a McDonald's and start knocking cups over because your Filet-O-Fish and your chocolate milkshake weren't done on time and as per your request.
She is not happy. But you won't be able to play it on the evening news. Now she comes behind. Look at this. She's out of control. Now her sister comes up. That's her sister. Her sister's trying to calm her down. That's not working too well. She has
Does she not have any fucking shoes on?
Dialed in.
Oh my god, okay. So now she goes behind the counter, goes full on just caveman brain, loses all sense of reason, and just starts throwing cups. Because, you know, a Filet-O-Fish will be made by employees faster and more efficiently if you go behind the counter and start throwing cups. I don't really know what she's trying to accomplish here. But the funniest thing is she doesn't have any shoes on. And when we see this little zoom in here, maybe they showed it earlier and I missed it, but she's not even wearing any shoes. So she's going in to the real Thunderdome of disease, gets out of her car and goes into a McDonald's. You know, people coming, I don't know if you guys have ever been into a McDonald's bathroom. I was a pioneer for quite some time. A pioneer is someone that spends 70 hours a month knocking on doors as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And a lot of times we had to take bathroom breaks, and oftentimes it would be at a McDonald's restaurant. And I can tell you, they were pretty dirty. I wouldn't, like, if my shoelace touched the ground of a McDonald's restaurant, I would just replace my shoelaces. Because it's not a very clean place. It's not known to be very clean. And she's out here going full on wacko mode, completely barefoot. And I just think that adds to the comedy of the whole situation.
Now, understand, we've cut this from 10 minutes to 2 minutes. There's a whole lot of other drama here. Now, she pulls her shirt up. There you go. There's a little twerk on the way out the door. See y'all later.
So now, as the sheriff says, he's cut it down from 10 minutes to 2 minutes, and they just give us this little exiting thing, and apparently she has slippers on now, so I don't know where entirely she got the slippers from, but she's got her slippers on, she lifts her stomach up, and then she hits us with the Miley Cyrus. She hits us with a big fat twerk. And you know what? What would this story really be without it ending in a good twerk and then her just exiting the premises enigmatically, you know, without having resolved anything through her rage and irrationality. And that's the funny thing about this, is when people do get mad, when people get so angry that it turns them into these clowns, it never accomplishes anything. All it does is make them look like a fucking asshole, and then they have to deal with the public shame that no doubt is coming from that. And so the thing they were trying to accomplish by making a point is completely lost in the goofiness of their behavior, which I think it's great.
And she leaves. We need to find her. She's running. She's hiding. She didn't get her Happy Meal or her fish sandwich or her chocolate shake or her sweet tea, but she managed to get herself into a lot of McTrouble.
So now that the Council of Clusterfucks has decided to leave the premises, we really get into the meat potatoes of this whole story. And that is in the description that is about to happen. So buckle up tight, put on the old thinking cap, and maybe massage your jaws a little bit, because this one is a real belly laugh incoming.
Now, I want to tell Tiana, when she comes to jail, we don't have any McDonald's. That's right. And we're not going to give her any golden arches, but we are going to give her a pair of silver handcuffs. And then when she eats, there are no wonderful chocolate milkshakes, no sweet tea, and no Sprite. We'll have this for y'all. Help us locate her. Call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-226-TIPS, and you can make money just by helping us find this lady who went McCrazy for no McReason. First off, when burglary is not just breaking into a place, it's remaining after you're asked to leave and committing a crime. So she went from the customer area to the private area to the employee area. There's pieces of this you don't see where she hit the employees with the cups and with other items as she was going through her tantrum. And once again, the whole event's about 10 minutes long. But it all started, and they're telling her, lady, we'll fix your order. We'll fix your order. And you saw her become more elevated. I would like to tell you that's symptomatic of being on drugs, but I don't know that. Maybe she is just hot-headed all the time.
Oh yes, truly an American hero at this point. I like the idea of using this overtly silly language, something that he knows, and he's formulated this plan to get internet attention. And that's exactly what he is and is going to continue to get. Because in order to find this person, sometimes a little bit of notoriety might go a long way. And because he's using this overtly silly language, and he's a sheriff, and he's saying McCrazy, and you're gonna get McJailed, and you're gonna get McFucked. Anyway, it's really, really hilarious to me. No golden arches, only silver handcuffs. So as someone that likes to expose ridiculous things, whether that be in religions or cults or whatnot, I think this is really funny because he is using a really interesting method, and I think that we should support this. I think that using this sort of overtly silly language, or, you know, talking in this way that's really humorous, but in a very serious way, because we wouldn't want to get in any trouble. I think it's so great. And I shout outs to this man. He's a true American hero. And anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that video. I got a really big giggle out of it. But yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.